What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. We got George, we got Shotgun Dave in the house. I believe Marty might join us a bit later. But anyway, let's see who's in the chat. We have the Fingers, Stockcar Wildman, Chris Fredder, Track Fans TV. Look at that. I think he's going to catch us in the morning, though. I think that's just a message he left. We have John Tucci in the house. Gloria's in the house. She's watching through the Fingers account. We have Shotgun Day. Sorry, we have Slaughter. Shotgun Dave. We have Slaughter in the house. It's because Shotgun's looking very dapper today. He's looking very dapper. Yeah. We have Bo in the house from Germany. Gene is here. Slaughter Daddy, what's up? Yeah. So yeah, we have 12 people watching us tonight. I'm pretty sure people will start filing in. Only 12? Yeah, 12. 12 it is. So, how's everyone doing? I know what. Yeah, so George was running some cars live yesterday. I saw the lineup on the cars just grow longer and longer, George. It kept on the plastic track was almost running out of front straight there.
Yeah.
But
everybody in. Easy to run a car. You tune it. Runs good on the plastic.
Yeah. Well, Tad's in the house. Hey guys.
Hey.
Daniel Thomas is here. What's up? Well, yeah. So let's talk about our weeks. How it's been. We'll start with Shotgun. I saw that beautiful pickup truck. Do you have it handy so you can showcase it a bit?
Yeah, I got it here. It's finally done. So I made some runs with the track today. I set up a nice track and I shot some videos. So I'm working on a video right now. Hopefully I'll have it up tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, I'm glad to have this thing out of my hair.
Nice. So tell me the history about that truck, because I noticed on your post, and I know if you guys don't follow Dave or want to see more about scratch building, join Dave's Facebook group. It's an amazing place where a lot of scratch builders come, showcase what they're doing, and obviously you get to see Dave's write-ups on his creations. If you don't get the video, at least you can read that up. But yeah, tell us about that, Dave. Tell us the history about that pickup truck and everything.
I actually put a little bit of the history up on Home Racing World today because I finally posted it there as well. But yeah, I built this truck in real life about a little over 20 years ago. And it started life as an actual full 37 Ford truck. It didn't run, but it was complete. It did have a Y block in it instead of a flathead. But otherwise, it was a whole truck complete. And I bought the truck fairly cheap, and I dragged it home. And this is what I always wanted to do with it, was this exact deal. So it was chopped. I chopped it, channeled it, shortened the bed, lengthened the wheelbase. Good God. I had a couple of years in it just doing what I was doing that way in my garage. And so I got it done, and then my wife ended up pregnant, and it was like, we need a bigger house. So the truck got sold. And interesting story about that was, I don't know if you guys ever used to watch Boyd Coddington, American Hot Rod at all. There was a guy on the TV show, bald-headed guy from Sweden. And he actually came to my house and bought the truck and then put it in a container and shipped it to a friend of his in Finland. So the car it's gone. I could never even buy it back if I wanted to. It's out of the country. So I decided I needed a slot car. And a friend of mine, a friend of ours, guy that we know on the board several years ago, quite a few years ago, built one for me. And it was close to my truck, but it wasn't my handiwork. So I wanted to do it, and that's why I built this one. So there you have it. There's a story of my 37 truck. I say it's immortalized in ink on my arm. But I needed an actual tangible object to actually run it around the track, and now we have one. So.
Yeah, so let's have a look at it, Dave.
He's done.
There you go.
That's so cool.
I even I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Whoa! Let's not do that.
Well, everybody had a heart attack.
I was just about done, and now I have to redo it again. No.
I don't know if you guys can see the Car Club plate on the back.
Yep.
That is me and my buddy Jeff. We started a car club quite a few years ago, and it was all traditional hot rods only. We were called the Strugglers, and that is our car club plaque. So I took a picture of the plaque and then shrank it down and made a decal so I could have my car club plaque on my truck as well.
You can hold it back up, Dave. Sorry, I should have switched cameras so we can have a bigger look at it. Because
Dave, I need to send you some crown
look at that.
Yeah, you do. I ran out. I just need to order one, George. I was like,
you're using that blue one, aren't you? Those are.
Is that rust on the engine block there, Dave?
Yeah, it's just not really rust, just as much as what they call patina nowadays.
Yeah.
It's
I like the exhaust how it burned into the paint.
Yeah, I see the chrome heads, and then you got that like patinaed engine block.
Heads. Don't you see the spark plug wires? That takes a lot to do.
Yeah, got plug wires and all that good stuff. The grill is totally custom made.
Yeah,
that's stuff you told me to get, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the same screen, George. Yep.
Yeah, that stuff works great.
I couldn't put the actual stuff that I put on my real truck in there, so this is a good stand-in. It still looks good.
That's great.
But it's faithful to the original. It's got a small block Chevy with 3 2-barrels on it, and it's even got, I don't know if you can see them, it's even got the finned aluminum front brakes, Buick front brake drums.
Yeah, I see them.
It's just,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just awesome. That's what it is, Dave. Looks great.
It's going to go to Harry's and get totally destroyed. In fact, I sent Harry a message today, and I laughed because I was making the video, and I said, this is never going to survive a race at his place, because just racing it by myself around the track, I tore every freaking detail off of that truck at least twice. I was re-gluing and gluing this thing back together all day long. But that's all right. It's going there to race, and Harry will save all the parts and send them home with it, and I'll just put it back together.
Time for you to build a second one.
Yeah, maybe. No more. That's it, right? On to something else.
That's cool. Well, that looks awesome, Dave. Thanks for sharing that. What's your next build? What's your next project?
I've got another Volkswagen on the bench, and I've got another 132 scale hot rod on the bench. So those will be next in the queue.
Yeah.
And then
the tiny driver gave him the finger. That's what John said. Lots of people commenting on it, saying it's an amazing build. Of course, it's a Shotgun Dave special, so it definitely is
everybody.
Great.
I appreciate it very much. It's always good. I don't do the things I do to get, praise or accolades or whatever you want to call it, but it's just for my own personal, but I enjoy it. It's nice that everybody recognizes it and says that it looks good. I'd hate for everybody to go, God, that looks like shit, So it feels good that people like it.
Yeah. It just shows like your heart and soul is into it, right? I think the more it connects with you as a person, as an individual, the more you put into it anyway. So it looks really good. Anyway, like 2 home runs back to back. That's easy for you, isn't it? Call you the Babe Ruth of stock cars. Anyway, so George, how was your week?
What are you going to ask me? I can't top that.
What do you mean? Of course you can. I saw you running your cars around.
Everything by storm, man. You don't want to know what's going on in my life.
Come on. Why are you so secretive when you come on these live streams, man?
I only have to work one day, which is Thanksgiving, and then I'm off another 5-6 days.
Oh yeah, it's you guys' Thanksgiving coming up. What plans do you have? Big turkey dinners? What's going on, George? Tell us.
All the grandkids coming over and family.
Excellent. About. So a lot of slot car racing in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing video game right now.
Yeah, a video game.
Kids like that more.
Yeah, poor George. Shotgun Dave is a tough act to follow. God. Indeed. That's okay. So, anyway, George, what have you been up to in terms of building? Are you building anything, or how the midgets come in? I saw more midgets come in. I saw you run them as well.
Yeah, the ones that came in lately were uh, Rel, and Michael Squire. Right now, there's four more that should be coming. That's
Okay.
Strange Brew, Harry. They'll be shipping them together, and then you have Thunderjet or Thunder. I said that right. Thunderjet. I think it's Thunderjet, and the other one is I'm trying to remember who it is. Gosh, my mind's slipped. I can't remember who the other one is, but there is four more coming. Sorry for the other guy if I forgot.
No worries. When's the deadline for this? Almost approaching, or
December. I think it was December 10th or 9th or something like that. I have it on the forum there, so the date when the
yeah.
car should be here.
Oh, I have a brother who's just like me. It's 2 a.m. in Latvia. 132
Oh,
slot cars is in Latvia at 2 a.m. I feel you. I'm always on Pete's at 2:30 a.m. on Saturday. So another slot brother just like me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Good to have you on board. Hopefully we don't bore you to death. But,
That's a long way from here.
I know. Let's see. Yes, it's getting harder to greet everyone. So I do apologize if I've missed greeting anyone in the chat, because it's like I could take an hour and I still would miss some people in the chat because there's so many people in there, and it's really cool and I really appreciate it. And yeah, really happy to have you guys here. So for myself, this week was playing with cameras week. It was one of my favorite weeks. You guys play with slot cars, I play with cameras. So setting up 7 cameras for live stream, that was fun. I did it 2 nights in a row. I got new cameras coming because I'm not happy with some of the camera angles, so look out for that. And yeah, it's all in aid of the new content that I'll be creating in the new year, which I've kind of explained to a couple of people. And yeah, it's so that I can bring more content more frequently and make it easier for me to produce it. So, but if anyone has any questions about cameras or how I'm doing certain things, just feel free to ask me. I have nothing in reserve. I'll help you out wherever I can. So yeah, just wanted to touch base with that. Other than that, I'm getting together with MP this Saturday, and we're going down to Sarnia to meet up with Billy and Amanda and Frankie Tomatoes and go racing. So
Cool.
we shall see how that is going. And then obviously the GRL is continuing. So we finished round 2. We're now in round 3. So this week we will be racing DTM class. So wish them luck. I am the last man standing to have completed all 10 rounds in every round so far. So
Cool.
see if I can keep that streak going. John Tucci was right there with me, and then I don't know what happened this last heat. But, now I have to keep the streak going. All pressure on me. I guess I'll just drive slower. Nah, not my style. But we'll figure it out. That also means that after this round 2 completes, we'll be upgrading the cars. We'll be putting in new guide flags and new tires on the rear, so that round 3 and round 4 will be a little bit better for us in control. And I need that for my Group 5 car, which has disintegrating tires. So I'll be using that tire tweak that George talks about a lot to treat my tires soon. And
about time.
well, no, I got the other stuff though. I got that OXO one. Remember I showed you, George?
Yeah.
Because I went down to the RC place and I picked up. It's not tire tweak. It's just called OXO. But it works the
It's
same way.
thing. As long as you're coating the tire, that's all you're doing. You're just making it soft and
Yeah.
pliable.
So yeah, Sunday slot cars. I look forward to seeing you guys too. It'll be fun. Yeah, we're deciding what classes to race this weekend. We're all racing digital, so it'll be fun. We'll see what we'll do. I guess they're gonna do. And I want to put this out to the chat actually. Do you think it's fair to go Formula 1 versus Formula E Carrera Digital? Let's see what the chat says. Because I don't really have Formula 1 cars that I run. I have Formula E cars that I will race. And they want the Formula 1 cars to come up against Formula E. So what do you guys think? Is that a fair fight? Let me know in the chat. All right. What else is there? John Tucci, not sure, just screwed up big time. No problems, bud. The championship is still pretty tight. Well, anyway, other than that, I don't think there's anything else. I have quite a few cars on order. Waiting for them. I just picked up another analog controller as well, so that I can do analog lap timing better. That's about it on my end. What about you guys? Did you guys pick up any cars, George?
Well, no.
No.
Yeah. I was bidding on one, but I lost. It's a Gulf one. It was nice, but I wasn't gonna pay. I really pushed it though. I made that guy pay a lot.
Good.
I kept upbidding it, upbidding. He kept topping. Okay, I'll try again. I tried like 4 times, but it was the spotted Porsche 962, the Gulf livery. It was a really beautiful car, and I guess he wanted it bad enough. He paid quite a bit for it though, but I kind of really kept, needling it. So, but
Yeah, see, Sean, I agree. So Sean Casey says Formula E is faster, and I agree that Formula E is faster. But they still don't mind me coming up with my Formula E cars against Formula One. But I agree. I think Formula E are faster. So you know what? I'll probably do a live stream sometime this week and put the Formula E against the Formula One and see what happens. That's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have my track back up. It's fun. Sunday says it's fine. That's cool. All right. Well, is there anything you guys want to discuss before we get into our glorious topic tonight?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. I haven't seen, and I don't know if anybody can contact him, but Rob DeLeon, has anybody seen him lately? I haven't seen any content, or he hasn't been in any of the chats or anything for quite a while. I'm just hoping he's okay.
I think the last one he was there last week, but I haven't really.
Was he? I didn't remember seeing him. I've been looking through the chat right now, just so in my brain I know I'm not out of my mind, but I haven't seen anything by him in a while. So I was just hoping everything's cool. Maybe he's went away for the holidays or something.
Possible. Thanksgiving is coming up, so
right.
You're up to that differently. But
So if anybody can contact Rob, tell him Shotgun Dave was worried about him.
Yeah. For sure. Anybody who...
probably
Yeah, we're all worried about him. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest, because there's so much content coming out. Sometimes it just get lost in the shuffle, but we don't want to lose anyone in the shuffle. So if anyone can reach out to DeLeon, let him know we're concerned about him and we're asking about him, and we hope everything is good with him. So, Chris Fred says, I think it will be a fair fight. I assume the chassis and motor with a different body. Yeah, I think it's simple as that, but I think the tires on them are different. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll try it out. I'll try it out this week, maybe on a Wednesday night or something. I'll probably do a live stream and put the Formula E up against the Formula One and test it out on my own track before we go down on Saturday. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to hang out with MP for the day. And Billy and Amanda, and I know Billy has a stockpile of cars that I'll be picking up, so it'll be happy days for me. So that's good. What else we got? Anything else you guys want to talk about before we jump in? No.
Hit the ground running.
Hit the ground running. Okay, wood versus plastic. Go. So if you were to race, what would you prefer to run on? And this goes out even to the chat. No, just enter wood or plastic in the chat. Let's see how many responses we get, and then we'll get into the nuances between the two and why. And I'm talking about race on. I'm not talking about owning. I'm not talking about at home. I'm just talking about racing. If you wanted to race, which substrate would you prefer to race on, wood or plastic? And we'll get into the whys. George, what are your thoughts?
You said what, racing? Like actually?
Like in general, like okay, so I know none of us really race, but my preference, and I have the preference of, like, I can go to Ernie's, I can run on the wood track or I can run on a plastic track, but I prefer to run on the polycarb plastic track. I feel more at home, I like it, and I even run non-mag, so it's nothing about the mag non-mag issue. This is really about preference in running. So I find that with the wood track, you have to have a lot more preparation, I think, with a car than on a plastic track. For me, plastic track is a little bit more forgiving. Maybe it's because I understand it more. That I find it a little bit more forgiving and I can drive it better. With the wood track, I'm still like, I feel the car is always kind of like on ice. Maybe it's because even though I have foam tires on some of my cars, I just feel like I don't have a connection with the car on the track as much as I do with a plastic track. That's me personally. That's my take on it. So I prefer to run on plastic. But that's what we're here to discuss. Like I said, when we have these topics, there's no right or wrong answer. There's no, this is better than the other. We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to get everyone's opinion because it's nice to have that so that we can, get better at what we do. Maybe you can find tips and tricks here on how to set up for wood track and plastic track. So let's just discuss it in general. So let's just start at the top. Which one do you prefer, George? You have the luxury of having two in your house, one wood, one plastic. Let's talk about which one you prefer, why you prefer it, and the direction that you took when you decided to go that route.
Well, let me ask you something. So Ernie runs a plastic track, doesn't he?
He has both.
Yeah,
So in Ernie's, Ernie's has two levels. On the upstairs is the wood track,
yeah, like
and then on the downstairs is the plastic track. I think I have some footage on my channel of Ernie's.
You should ask Ernie that question. It'd be interesting to see what he says.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I could. I won't answer for him.
No.
But I know that both tracks are really busy. Like when I go on the weekends, there's people running on both tracks, and there's always it's pretty busy. So yeah.
Well. So from a starter point of view, people will always gravitate to plastic. That's what I started with. Here, I didn't build a wood one or start with wood because I didn't know how to build a wood one at the time. So I chose what was available to me. But having both of them, and I have thought about this track, turning it to wood and maybe dumping the digital or maybe keeping it a digital. After running things last night, I was actually pretty happy with it. And I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't get rid of it. Maybe I'm just wanting more for no reason and don't realize what I have.
Yeah.
But to me, for scratch built cars, wood is the best. For factory cars or stuff like what you buy, I think plastic is fine. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a preference on the type of car you want to run. That's why I got both of them, because I wanted the wood track for scratch built cars with urethane tires and maybe some rubber tires on regular cars. But I just want to be able to have, how would you say, the best of both worlds. I think I prefer both of them, to be honest. Because you saw how much joy I was having on the live with running all those cars. Those slottets I bought, I mean, I just tuned them very lightly and tried them on the wood track. They ran fine. Put them down here and they ran great. So, I mean, it's if you have the capability of getting both, I would say do both of them. And then
So there's this one thing will come up. I know this is what everyone's gonna bank on here as the main point of contention. It says wood may feel better to race on, but you can change plastic if you don't like something, and that's why it gets my vote. Now, that is true, but recently we've been seeing a lot of modular wood tracks come out, right? Lots like Racetrack Seniors is producing like a modular wood track, so almost this plastic track being able to reconfigure it and all that is almost becoming a little bit of a moot point, because you can now reconfigure wood tracks if you wanted to, because it's coming like piecemeal or jigsaw based, right? So it now comes down to, I guess, fit and finish more than anything else. Let's talk about maintenance. I think one of the major concerns that I have with a wood track is maintenance, maybe. And that's because I don't own one, so I don't know how to look after it. So George, you own one. Like, what do you have to do to maintain your track, or what is it that you have to look out for when you are looking at a wood track?
Well, you don't want to spill your drink on it.
Right. I don't think you want to spill a drink on a
Have
plastic
little
track.
water.
Yeah.
Understand that if you have a storm and something breaks and it lands on your track, pretty much done. You'll have to build another one.
Oh,
Maintenance wise, I mean, you got to wipe it down like a plastic track. Wood obviously gets a lot of dust too, and you can tell when you put your car on it and you see it sliding and you see all the dust on the tire. The braid keeping it down really, yeah, there's a lot of answers coming out here we need to look at.
yeah,
The
yeah.
braid,
I'm
you
pulling
really
them
use
up.
the roller to just roll it once in a while, make sure it's staying there. I haven't had a really problem with it. But mainly just dusting it and vacuuming the slots. That's it really for a wood track. I mean, you want to lay the rubber down with regular rubber tires, which I do. You get a pattern. I'm trying to get my pattern down, which it's getting there. I want it to be completely black is what I want. Then I'll know I have a good layout of rubber on it. Plastic track, same thing. You want to keep the slot clean, keep the dust off. With the exception of Carrera, I'll use the inox, which is the stuff you put on the braids and you run it on the track, and that cleans the stainless steel, rails and keeps them nice and shiny and keeps them, good conductivity. Um, Basically, they're about the same, really. I mean, the most important thing people don't realize is make sure you keep your kart track dusted. If you haven't run on it for a while, like this one, I hadn't ran on a while until that live I did on Sunday night, and I cleaned the track before I ran it because I knew it was dusty a little bit. And I'm not like in a heavily dusted area. This room is sealed most of the time, so I just dust it off and make sure it's clean and go at it. But there's really no difference in maintenance, to be honest. I don't see it being any different.
Okay, that's good to know because I don't know because I
Yeah,
don't personally own it. But one thing that I noticed was like I was watching Travis and Travis was looking at a wood track. Remember, it just came up recently on his videos, and I noted that when he was close up on that track, it looked really rough. It looked like the braids were all worn down,
yeah. The
and
the
like
one who
for
was looking at that wood one that he went to the house.
yeah, and that is something that would concern me because, how does a track come to that level? Like what? Like those are things that I don't know. With plastic, you can put it away, right? Like you can put it in a box, put it away for years, come back to it, like I did 8 years later or 10 years later, pull it out, set it all up, and it was good to go within a couple minutes. I can't do that with wood, so it's more permanent, like in its structure. Or with the new modular wooden tracks, is that possibility? I don't know because
Well,
it's something new
you
that's
look
coming
at
out, right?
wood track as a commitment.
Yeah,
So it's like marriage, right? You're gonna marry something. You're committed to it. Whereas a plastic track, you're like a single guy. You can just switch around all you want. You look at it
hey,
that way. It's a commitment to a wood track because once you assemble it, that is what you have. And that's one thing, like, for example, Danny, he wanted to build one. I go, well, you kind of want to make sure you want to stick with something that you're going to get. Because if you build something and you don't like it, you're stuck with it. And then that's money down the drain if you end up destroying it. So I look at it that way. So
yeah. So here we got another one. So this is a question: do box cars run okay on wood? What's your feel?
definitely, definitely.
They can.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just got
Um,
to tune up.
yeah. Let's
As,
see
again,
here.
what your preference is. They run on both on good surfaces. And with wood, though, you'll end up more. I think you'll get more grippier with wood. So that's when you start getting into the chattering. And that's when you start taping your pod. Because as you start getting grip, that's when your car starts really hunkering down. Where with plastic, I don't think as much. It'll get grip, but it has its own texture. But wood, once you get a good lay down of rubber, it starts really grabbing. And then you'll see your car will change differently or will react differently on a wood track that has good grip than a plastic track. So there's a little difference there.
Yeah, Dusty's comment here is like I enjoy our plastic track, but we have fun running on wood track. They're both a joy to race on. They're different animals. I agree.
Yeah.
So Slocum Misfits of all scales, or Tom, I think maybe this is Tom. All depends on tires. Commercial wood tracks are clean, then glued. So you have some stick. So what
I
does
don't
that
like
mean by
glue.
glued?
Glue, so what it is on foam tires, they don't do that anymore. Back when I did it in the 90s, we were using glue. It was actually an adhesive. There was different levels of it, and that would help the car plant as it went around the the bank and everything and really grip. Really, nobody uses glue. I don't think anyone. I don't. To me, glue is it'll just make a mess. I'll
Yeah.
use the additive on the tire, like that tire tweak, and then clean it with naphtha and go that way. But yeah, that's. I think some people. I don't know if anybody uses any glue anymore. Do they, Dave? I don't think so.
Not
A
that
lot
I
of
know
people
of. I mean,
got out of it.
um, if there's some pure commercial tracks out there, they might, I suppose, if they're because back then, they didn't. That's all they ran was foam tires, so
Yep.
um, the damn things wouldn't stick. So yeah, they glued up the track and you ran, and then you had to clean that crap off every once in a while. Oh no, yeah. If there was a glue, I wouldn't run on a glue track myself, but um, to each his own, I suppose.
Yeah, so Slaughter says here, surely modular wood track is counterproductive. Is if there's still loads of joints, it's still bumpy. So I don't know. I can't answer to that because I've never run a modular wood track before.
Well, we'll have to
Um,
find out. We'll see.
yeah, I
I
think
mean,
that's still
Kevin
to
to
be
be the one to
determined,
answer
right?
that.
Yeah. Be interesting though to see how that continues to evolve. It's really cool what Racetrack Phoenix is doing. I'm really interested in how that evolves. Hey, Chris Nesbitt, you're in near Toronto, Canada. I am in Toronto, Canada. So is MP. We all race at Scale Racing Center in Etobicoke. So if you're in Toronto and you know the Etobicoke region, look for Scale Racing Center Toronto. That's Ernie's location. It's a big club track. He has 2 tracks, wood track and plastic, and he sells cars. So if you're down, come out. I believe is open Monday to Saturday. Closes at 3 p.m. on Saturday, and he's closed on Sunday. So, um, come on out and yeah, glad to have you part of the community, and glad to see you back in slot cars. Yeah, for sure. The RTS model system is a game changer. We'll see how it takes on, what it does.
The good thing
I know
about
he
the track is you can make you can make the joints, you can sand them. So
Yeah.
on plastic track, you get uneven surface, you're going to have uneven surface. It's just that plain and simple. Tracks aren't going to line up clickety clack all the way around. The wood track, you don't have that. So if you get a joint, you can sand it smooth before you paint and braid, and then of course because you've got braid or tape, if you use tape, there's no joint between the rails like there is on a plastic track. So you eliminate 90% of the clickety clacketiness of a car running around the track.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so here it is. Wood is permanent. Plastic, you can make changes as you progress. Your taste, I totally agree with this. Like, in the last 3 weeks, I've changed my track around all over again. I love the ability to change my track. But it's also investment, right? Like, you want to change plastic track, you buy more plastic track. I mean, it's not, there's a give and take. With a wood track, you build it, you put it together once, you have it, you're locked in. With plastic, you can keep on changing it. I definitely get that as positive or negative in some situations for other people, right? Many people who are building scenic tracks, maybe a wood track makes more sense because you have more control on how you can get that track to flow, right? I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
No,
Yeah, personally, if you're going to build a scenery track, a wood track is the way to go. Um, with something else that everybody doesn't think about, at least I don't think maybe they do. Plastic track, you're locked into a certain diameter curve. Even though Carrera must, I don't know how many Carrera has. It looks like they have 25 of them, but it's all still just a basic curve, and it's just a difference of circumference. Where on a wood track, you can make your curve however the hell you want. You can, it can be oblique, it can be, oblong, you can make it very flowing, you can make it abrupt. You can't do that with a plastic track. So there's pluses and minuses. It's all on what you want. And if you enjoy building a new spaghetti track on your giant table every week, then by all means go for that. But if you don't, if you want to look, if you want something a little bit, I feel better because I'm a wood track person. I'd throw all that Revell track in the trash tomorrow if I could get a nice big wood track in my house, but I can't. So, but it's all in what you want. That's all it is. There's people say, oh, I would get bored. I don't know. I don't see that. personally. If you've got a nice flowing track that has a little bit of each element in it, then it's all about the cars, right? It's not about the track. It's about the car you're running on the track. And that's something I think that nobody talks about that. It's like, yeah, okay, so you have 9 miles of Carrera track. You slap a magnet car on there. It doesn't matter if it's a Can-Am car or a vintage NASCAR. They're all going to run about the same. But if you have a nice flowing wood track where you have to actually tune your cars a little bit, and different cars run different ways, it's not about the track, it's about the car.
Yeah.
My,
Well,
just my
Harry's here too, weighing in. But let's before we get to Harry, let's look at Slockout Daddy. He's got a question for George. George, after painting, is there a sealer you put down on your wood track?
Nope. All it is flat paint, and all you do is you get 4 cars, tape your controllers, and you run rubber tired cars or foam tired cars continuously in a circle to get your pattern. You want that pattern of rubber. That's what you're trying to lay down, and then the urethane starts, getting on there too. But no, there's no sealer or nothing. It's a wood track. It's just wood. All you're doing is painting wood.
Yeah.
And there's no like secret sauce or secret whatever crap you put on the track. You just paint it. Either paint it a gloss or a flat or a semi-gloss. It's whatever you want to pick. It's when you lay the rubber on down. Once the rubber gets laid down, you start getting the traction. That's what you're looking for. And that's those marks. If you look at Harry's track, he's got those defined marks, and that's from a lot of laps on his tracks, which I have nothing near that. And that's what I'm trying to achieve. That's why I'll run some rubber tired cars, slot 8s, and I'll leave them on there, run continuously for a couple of hours because I want to get that tire really laid on the track. So yeah, it's just laying rubber, no special sealer or nothing.
Yeah, so Chris Freda, well, let's go to Harry first. Harry just weighed in and says, just start with a plastic track and see how you like the hobby. I think
Yep.
everyone's
That's
starting
what you
point.
start with.
Yeah, so, and then Chris says, heck, the advantage of a plastic track was it lived in his backyard for most of the summer. It's still in great shape. I mean, that's pretty good too. And that's not for every track though. It's just lucky that Carrera has got stainless steel rails, so it's pretty resilient in that regard. And then
Yeah,
slot
Chris,
R. Sorry.
Chris does it a different. No, I'm sorry. There's a unique way how Chris does it. He goes out and he makes different patterns. He likes
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah,
if you like
exactly.
doing that, then stick with plastic, and that's perfect for him.
Yeah.
Again, it's a wood track is like a marriage. It's a commitment. Once you build it,
100%.
that's it. But with plastic, you can do all that different stuff, which is cool. Which you do with the Global Racing League. That's basically what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Different
Well,
layouts. Great.
yeah. Let's see here. So, Slut R says his project for 2025 is to hit his current track table, which is where his plastic track sits on top. But it's a wood table is going to router the track underneath the track. So that way he can pull out his plastic track, I guess, and drive on a wood track and lay his plastic track back down on top when he needs it. There's always options. Let's see. So there's people discussing about birch plywood versus MDF. What would be?
Yeah, MDF. Don't even.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best surface to use. Why are you going to use birch or plywood? I mean, the
They-
plywood you use to support the track you're laying on, that's what I have.
Yeah.
Hanger one's MDF, but it's on plywood because the table's built out of plywood. But yeah, MDF is your best way to go. Right,
It's-
Dave? Is
it's
there any
all-
other material you could think of?
No, it's all been tried. Everybody thinks they're reinventing the wheel. I hear, oh, we're going to build it out of plexiglass. We're going to build it out of masonite. It's all been done, and it always goes back to painted MDF. It just works the best. It's the least expensive, and you can't really mess with perfection, I guess is the right word there. But yeah, painted MDF works just fine, and if you paint it, it lasts for a very long time. Like I say, I had 3 wood tracks. My last one was out in that back room for several years, and that back room was nothing more than an enclosed patio. So huge temperature changes, a lot of humidity, and I never had any problem. So
Yeah.
I know other people have different stories about that. I've heard people, oh, the humidity got to the bottom of my track and the whole thing swelled and I couldn't drive. Maybe
Yeah,
but
you don't need
I've
the paint.
experienced that.
You don't need to paint the bottom of your track. There's people that
Nope.
have done a lot of ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Just build it, route it right, make your pattern, make your gain, paint it, play
Yep.
with it. Period. That's all.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
Yeah, so Patriot Hobby is just getting into digital Carrera. I know he's trying to join the Global Racing League, which is really cool. And just to let you know, Chris Nesbitt, yeah, Billy and Amanda, who are Sunday Slot Cars, they're in the chat. That's where I get all my Carrera stuff from. And they're great, and they're in Sarnia. So if you're in Canada, it makes it easier for you to deal with. So yeah, check them out. Sunday Slot Cars, they're in the chat. So reach out to them. Let's see what else is there. Let's see. I'm just trying to look through and see if there's any more questions here.
There was a lot of
There's
chatter.
a lot of
There
chatter.
was a ton of it, but I don't know if it's anything related to. If you're asking questions, put a Q before it too.
Yeah, if you put a Q before your question, it's easier for us. Yeah. We can identify it easier.
Dave, real quick, check your text message.
What's that?
Real quick, check your text message.
Check my text messages.
Why did slot cars completely die but live in Europe? The clubs used to be plastic track, which let them keep things fresh. America and Britain used wood, which in my opinion got boring. That's Sunday.
Yeah, well, this is true. Like when I was in Spain, most of the tracks were plastic that I went to into commercial centers, Ninco or Polycar, and I was Scale Auto releasing their plastic tracks. So it's, the plastic track thing is still growing strong. And I think in Europe, there are a lot more plastic tracks.
That's Europe.
Yeah.
Compare Europe to America. We're Americans. We do things differently.
It's always a divide. It's just, hey, what's up? Slot Car Valley is in the house. Let's see. So, what scale do you prefer to run on wood track?
I like them both scales, 132nd, 125th. Yeah.
132 and 125th. But still 132. I'm still my favorite.
That's why I made the lane spacing 4 inches. You can accommodate bigger cars. If you commit to a smaller lanes, less lane spacing, you go 132nd, and you're stuck with that. You when you make your track out, if you want to run big cars, then you gotta space your lanes out accordingly. But some people prefer 132nd. There's nothing wrong with that. 132nd is great.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunny South Guys is having a huge Black Friday sale. I'm gonna plug them again. Once again, Billy and Amanda, they do great stuff. They are my plastic crack dealers for Carrera, so I'm plugging them here. If anybody's interested, go check out Sunday Slot Cars. All right, so let's talk about how you prep your tires, like how you prep your cars differently for wood to plastic. Are there major differences? I know, George, you probably talked to this more. What are the major things that you would do? I know for myself on the wood track, I run foam tires. On plastic, I run mostly urethane because that's what my track runs. But do you think there's a big difference between urethane and foam for wood?
No, yeah, I think there is. I mean, foam is more of a they'll deteriorate quicker. If you don't take care of them. Whereas urethane lasts longer. Foam's great. I have nothing against foam. Foam handles great. I know that when I was at Harry's, what was it? Kevin used foam, and his cars ran real good. I mean, you treating them right. Foam. Go ahead, Dave.
Kevin keeps his tires in the refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly. There's an old video where he says about barfing a tire. That one I always like that video. Where what they used to do them, which was coat them in silicone.
Right.
And that was called barfing the tire. You did that to a foam tire. So I mean, we've come a long ways with tires. But yeah,
that's too
foam.
much.
Yeah, foam. You gotta watch. They do deteriorate, and they stick, but urethane lasts longer. They're more. I think there's more sizes for urethane than there are for foam, right, Dave? Foam doesn't have too many different. It's you
Yeah,
either
there's
paint
not.
or
As
plastic.
far as I know, there's not. I've never been a foam tire guy. I had a couple of cars years ago that had foam tires on them, and I hated having to rub, wintergreen into them all the time to make the damn thing stick to the track. So uh, I prefer urethane tires on them, even on wood. Urethane tires,
Yeah.
they work.
Cool. Um, I know at Scale Racing Center, Ernie, we have to run foam tires for racing. So all the race cars that I prep for Ernie's track are on foam tires.
On his
So
wood or plastic ones. His wood one, right?
his wood track, not the plastic track. Yeah.
Is that all he runs? Just foams?
Yeah, upstairs, like on one day race, we raced Scale Auto 124s.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
commercial track thing
So
with
this
foam
one right here.
tires. Yeah.
So we run foam tires
Yeah.
on these
That's a
cars.
commercial track thing. Anything
Yeah.
with foam tires to me is a commercial track thing.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's what I said. Like for myself, when I run wood track, I'm not very comfortable. Once again, I don't have a connection with the car because I don't get to run wood all the time. So it's very difficult for me to kind of answer whether wood track is better than plastic track. Because I love plastic track, and even when I drive the polycar track downstairs at his place, I really feel the grip in the car when it's going around the corners and stuff, right? And I'm used to that feel, or I get the feel for the car. Um, with wood, it's a little bit more difficult for me, but that's me personally. I think everyone has different, uh, has a different experience. Everybody will have a different experience.
Yeah,
But we're just trying to discuss this. Um, yeah, so and then on plastic, I think it's a lot more like when it comes to plastic, because you can run it with magnets, you can actually get more, you know, there's a little bit less of a level of, hobby knowledge that you need for the plastic track, because magnets are very forgiving. Um, you know, and then as you progress, you slowly start to tune your cars. I think then you'll crave. The one thing I love about wood track is the flow. You can get a really nice flow with the wood track. Not that you can't with the plastic, but with the wood track you can really like emphasize lines and stuff. I've seen some really nice wood tracks that's built that feel like a racetrack, like a rail racetrack, with the lines converging, diverging. And that's because you have more creativity with the routing of the track, right? So I think that's the joy in that as well. Yeah, so Slockout 2021 says he runs rubber on both plastic and wood, not a major difference. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, rubber works good on wood as well too.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I wouldn't use silicone.
Yeah, I'm just not a silicone tire guy. I don't like them myself, so I never
You
really
see,
saw
you
the benefits
can,
of
but
using it
I
unless
know.
you.
See,
Yeah,
like
so
how Marty runs like his is perfect because he's on plastic and he's dedicated to one tire, and that's cool.
Yeah,
That's what you want to do. You don't want to be, especially with silicone. You don't want to be flopping the rubber and then go to silicone and go to urethane. With that
yeah,
yeah,
case, silicone's perfect for him, and he's having a ball with it. So, what works for him?
yeah, I
Good.
prefer urethane and rubber because I obviously I have so many cars and they come out of the box with rubber. So for me to go silicone, I'm just taking away the rubber that's put down on the track. So I might as well just keep on adding to it. So that's why I go. I do understand with the silicone tire, you get more grip on the plastic tracks, especially, and you get better racing out of them. But for me personally, because of the amount of cars that I'm actually going through, I just prefer the rubber or the urethane. So,
Yeah.
and Pole Gauge is really good. Once you chew it down, it's a really nice tire to grip on. So I have a
Easy
lot, a lot of fun with it.
Super
So this is a
easy.
question from Sunday Stock Cars. He says, "I'm curious how much magnetic force is on magnetic braid compared to standard rails on a plastic track. Anybody know
not
this
much.
answer? Not much.
Not much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's
No, what?
very. I mean, there is, but it's not even close to what you guys get on a plastic track with magnets. It's not even.
Okay.
It's just not because the braid is still stainless steel, and I know
Yeah.
that there are some formulas of stainless steel that are magnetic, and that's what they are, and that's what they use, obviously. But um, yeah, it's not. It's not much. It's not a lot. It's not
Okay.
significant, anyways.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then Clint has a question for you, George. What type of braid did you use on your track?
The stock car corner adhesive braid. It's had an adhesive backing, and you just lay it on there, and you just put it on there. That's it. It's really easy. It's not magnetic braid. It's just regular braid with adhesive on the back. It has 3M on the back of it. It's really easy to apply. Real easy to do. The easiest part of the track was doing the gain and putting the braid on. That was really simple, and wiring it. I
Yeah.
think the tough part is more of the routing. You got to be keen on that.
Dusty says we're dedicated to silicones. We tried urethane when we started, and they were inferior for us. So, like I said, everyone's got the
Yeah,
different, you know.
their layout requires probably better off their own silicone.
Yeah.
Trying because they got a lot of speed on that track. That track has got a lot of distance, and they're building up speed. So yeah, they need all the hang-on power they can get.
Yeah, well, I think we discussed this in a live stream. There's definitely a big difference in the rubber compounds and performance. We talk about the shore numbers on each on the rubber and right. We talk about the shore and the grip levels.
Softness.
Yeah,
The lower the number, the softer the tire. Short 20, short
yeah,
25, short 30. That's what the G25, like saw that. That's the short number. And when I worked on forklifts, they had urethane like solid wheels, and they were graded by the durometer, which is the density of the urethane on them.
yeah. Chris Freda is correct here. Whatever tires type you'd like, just be consistent. That's correct. And then, so we have another question from 132 Slot Cars from Latvia. He asks, is copper tape okay for wood tracks?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Yep. Like I say, I've had 3 wood tracks. 2 of them were copper taped. One of them was braid. And for me personally, I know that isn't for everyone, but it's not much of a difference as far as I was concerned. And maybe the maintenance on the copper tape is a little bit more because every once in a while you'll get a tear or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, it's not. It's no difference. Same transfer power. There was no power drop or anything like that. So.
Yeah, so Chris is also using silicone tires for his career track. He finds it provides better traction. I would tend to agree. When I race at Ernie's on the plastic track, they use silicones as well. So for the cars I race at Ernie's, I have silicones, but the ones at home I just use urethane. Hey John Albright, welcome to the party. Let's see.
Question.
Has anyone heard of Harold Racing Standard Tracks? Anyone?
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe John
Not
has.
me.
John, answer that question. John.
Yeah.
Got here in time to answer a tough question that.
Hey, I'll be right back in a second, fellas.
No Bronx. So Stuart says, "Good evening, everyone. I race 2 clubs, both wooden tracks. One club we use silicone tires, and the other we use standard tires with goop. No magnets on either track. Yeah, well, wooden track, normally no mag.
Blue on the.
Yeah.
Blue.
So Stuart, which one did you prefer? Did you have a preference? Let us know.
Yeah, he's running both different. That's kind of unique point of view. See, he runs the different things. 2 different worlds there.
Hey Frankie, good thing my track is urethane. Yeah, I guess so. I'm just bringing stock cars, Frankie. So if you got tuned cars, you can smoke me, no problems on Saturday. I'm just gonna make sure they're oiled and kind of trued down and bring them over. So yeah, for those guys who didn't know, me and MP are going down to Sarnia to meet up with Sunday Slot Cars and Frankie and do some racing. So, check out live streams on this coming weekend. On Saturday, we'll probably do some live streaming. Probably, I think. I don't know. We'll try. Dave.
No, I think Dave will do something else.
Yeah, I think he's just gone check on something. Well, anyway, what other things that you guys want to talk about? Anybody got any new cars they want to talk about? Anybody want to talk about anything they're excited about for Christmas? Anybody got their Christmas
Yeah.
slot must list ready? Let us know.
Tad, I got this from Raul, the Conquest Lair. He's asking about the shirt.
Yeah, yeah, Conquest Lair. If
Put a
you
link
want,
up there for Tad.
yeah, sure, we'll do
Or
that now.
Christopher. Yeah, he has all the shirts there. They're pretty cool. For a wood track for sure. The plastic isn't too bad. I agree.
Okay,
Probably the largest gathering of YouTube slot car YouTubers so far.
probably the
Again,
largest slot car
that's a
YouTuber so
special
far.
question.
Really? No, I don't think so.
Kirby has a question. Three
It's
of
the
them.
same question as before. Anyone heard of Harold Racing Standard? I've never heard of it.
Let me look it up. Harold Racing Standard. Find
Yeah.
it.
Slot R
Harold.
says his slot munch list is 50% Reaver slot. 50%? What's the other 50%? Oh, I know.
Electric.
Magnetic Racing Kit, probably. That's probably his other 50%. Yeah, it's so hard now. Like Racetrack Scenics, Magnetic Racing, the release kits so often now. It's almost as hard as buying slot cars because I'm like, oh, I would like that kit. Oh, I want that kit too, and
Yeah.
my stockpile of kit is growing and
Oh,
growing.
I have seen this. I know what he's talking about. This is the
Okay,
one where it's plastic, but it has like it's got like connections built into it where you just stick them in. They're kind of like electrical connectors.
okay,
Go here. Let me put the link up there. I have heard of these guys. Here, I'll put it up there, Roland. You can click it and see what we're talking about. Yeah,
no
these
problem.
guys. I've seen this before. It's basically it's a plastic track. It'll connect with Carrera as well with like lane changers.
Oh, nice.
The
Let's
joints are
see.
real tight. They're not like you know, how'd you say, lots of gaps. But I think they make custom tracks too.
All right. Okay, so this is what we're looking at here. The Harold Racing Standard.
That you don't have to paint on it.
So that's no, this is
It's German, I think. From Germany.
oh, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I have. I've seen
Yeah.
it before. Check it out. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about, Gene. Or sorry, Kirby. I know what you mean now.
Well, something for me to do my homework about. So,
Yep.
thank you for bringing this up, Kirby. I think I've seen this on That's Laka Guy. I think he's got a piece of
Yeah,
this.
he's showcased a little bit or talked about it. I
Yeah.
just
So
didn't remember the name, but when I saw it, I go, "Oh yeah, I know what that is." Yeah.
yeah, no worries. We'll check it out. Thanks for bringing it up. I know nothing about this track, but I'll definitely do some research on it. So I appreciate you
100 plus
showing
per
that up.
section. Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
$100 per section. So I mean, it's pricey. You
Well,
have like as many pieces I have here. So let's see, one, two, we're already over 2,000 right now. So I'll pass.
does it connect with the Carrera stuff or no?
Yeah, it does. You could see it. It connects to a lane changer there in one of the pictures. So it's
I
like
think that's their own lane changer.
I don't know. It looked like a Carrera one, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I glanced at
Yeah,
it.
it's not a Carrera lane changer. That one looks like their own lane changer.
Looks expensive.
Well, yeah, it's
$100 plus.
supposed to be a wooden router track. Anyway, we're gonna digress and go into this. But I will definitely do my research on it. Definitely something to look into.
Looks interesting. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. All right,
yeah,
let's see.
Kirby probably is he's that's what he's talking about. It's $100 a section.
Yeah.
You know, 250 section RTS US based company.
Oh, this is a
Yeah.
good topic here.
Well,
So
actually, actually, Kevin has dropped that to 200 now. So he dropped the price on that because he was talking to me about it. So it's not 250, it's 200.
What are you talking about? This is about the
Description
oval that he's got.
about, the sections of his tracks. So
Okay.
one big curve is $200. It was 2 feet, now it's $200. He dropped it.
Okay.
And then the pieces. So that little baby oval, he has a little baby oval. So
Right.
tomorrow I'm putting out a video for his Black Friday. I did something for him. So if you guys are interested in watching it, I'm gonna set it as a premiere at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and you could see it. So what he's talking about. So
Nice. Let's see. So this is a good question here. Or a good topic here is that what slot car do you think is a candidate for slot car of the year for 2023?
good question.
I'm still gonna say Shadow.
Yeah, because the Shadow came out this year.
Yeah.
Probably because of the innovation of the guide. That guide's really cool. How he came up with that.
Well, and also when it came out, it kind of dominated. Like it was like everyone was talking about the Shadow too. Like it
was
did
the
come out
biggest
with a bang.
flash right there.
Yeah.
Is the Shadow. That was by far the biggest thing.
Yeah. It was different too. I mean, nobody's done this Shadow.
Hey.
Oh, there's DeLeon.
Yeah, and Dave was just worried about you there.
Hey, DeLeon, we were worried about you. Dave was especially worried about you. He said he hasn't heard from you in
You can worry about Dave because he disappeared. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, now we're gonna worry about Dave. So anyway,
Smoking a huge joint.
welcome, DeLeon. Good to see you here, bud.
Oh yeah.
So my take is the Shadow. What are you guys taking in the chat? Which car should win slot car of the year? And let us know.
Oh, the Scotty Award.
Yeah, the Scotty Award. Who are we giving the Scotty Award to unofficially on this channel? Come on, guys.
I would agree with you. Raul the Shadow. I think
Yeah, my choice is the Shadow.
That's the one that made the biggest impact.
It just keeps on making impact. It's a beautiful car too. Like that front end, how low that thing is pretty impressive. So, yeah. So definitely, this is my car of the year. But let's see what the chat says. Be interesting. Dave and DeLeon must be the same person.
I've been dealing with a major deal. Oh, geez, sorry to hear that.
Oh no. Sorry to hear about this, DeLeon. All right, buddy.
Hey, shut off Dave's feed. I know what he's doing.
Okay. No problems. Something wrong?
I'm just. Well.
Okay. Well, Dave will be back hopefully. Otherwise, just me and George for the rest of the night. You'll have to get along with us, or I don't know. Let's see. What is this? Agree on the Shadow. That's from Sean Casey. Light Tech agrees on the Shadow as well. What about you guys? Come on. Anybody else? What does John Albright agree upon for the Scotty? Come on, John. Let us know. Anybody bought a car recently that they really want to talk about? Let us know as well. No one is pushing the Mr. Bean car for car of the year.
Mr. Bean, somebody did. Mr. Bean.
No, I'll take the
Bean on fire.
I'll take the Reliant. I think that's another nice car, isn't it?
That's terrible. Even Latvia. He's all the way in Latvia. And he says that's terrible. I agree. Thank you.
Yeah. Shadow again. The fingers has said the Shadow.
Cobra, that's purple or pink. That one's freaking
ugly.
Yeah. That is.
They should make one of those. Yeah, they should make the Fugly Award. They should make the Fugly Award.
Yeah,
maybe we should make the Fugly Award. We'll declare the Fugly Award on December 18th. We'll give the Fugly Award. That. Yeah,
let's do it. Car of the year. That's the end of the year. We'll do that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna declare the Fugly Award at the end of this year. Carrera delaying the track cleaning truck seals the deal for Shadow. I think even if the track cleaning truck came out, I still don't think it would overshadow the Shadow. No pun intended.
Cuddy. Crap of the year car.
Crap
That
of the
Cuddy.
year. Yeah. Plenty of candidates for the Ducati this year. Tough choice. Really? So let's talk about that one. Who would get the crappy car of the year award? Well, you got this Electric. Well, the paint job was crappy. I wouldn't say the car itself. The paint job for sure.
That Mustang is terrible. That convertible Mustang. How they designed that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know Slot R will say Electric as well for that Ford Escort thing that they pulled up.
Yeah.
He was really upset about that.
Dave's apologizing that he had to take off, so something came up. So
no worries. Just let him know DeLeon is here though, so that way he can.
You know what? I'll send a picture of the chat so he sees it.
Yeah.
DeLeon lives.
DeLeon, it's not locked and loaded. If you don't hear from me again, it's because I'm in prison. Oh, no. Take it easy, dude. Yeah, so Slot R says the crappy car has to be the pink Cobra. Wow, yeah. I thought you'd be all up in that in the Ford Escort fiasco.
Or the hot rod.
Oh, the hot rod fiasco, yeah. The UK hot rod fiasco.
The UK hot rod.
Yeah, there he is. Or the Duffy call it hot rod. There you go. So Sean is saying that Datsun 510 is for car of the year next year.
Yeah, it's possible. We'll have to see. I mean, somebody may come out with something else.
Yeah.
Somebody will have to really be impressive. DR6, the real Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Or pink. Think the pink. It's old-fashioned AC/DC. Yeah, you didn't know you like AC/DC Slaughter. I'm a big AC/DC fan. That's the Fly on the Wall album.
Dave is on the computer logged in as DeLeon. So if DeLeon goes missing, we'll go after Dave. Like, where'd he go? Where do you put him, Dave? Yeah, I don't know if I have RS chassis here because I saw the new Scale Autos have come out with the RS chassis.
Toblerone Porsches.
It's the same. Anyway, let's see. Loving both the Toblerone Porsches 9083s. Yeah, so that's another question. Like, how many of the same car in different liveries do you get normally, George?
Well, if you look at the slot at Porsche 962, that's got a ton of liveries.
Yeah, but how many do you buy? Like, how many do you buy for yourself? Like, do you keep on buying every livery as it comes out, or?
It depends if I like the looks of the car. Because I mean, you could have a good livery brand and then it looks crappy on a car. I mean,
yeah.
I think really Martini is probably the only one that I think looks good on everything. That silver or the white or the red, they're really that one right there. And then of course everybody likes Gulf.
Yeah,
Gulf is fine. I'm not like a top fan of Gulf. I think
John Player stuff
right
looks
there,
great.
Yeah, the black and gold.
Yeah, the black and gold is like classic.
That absolutely looks badass. And of course, my team is black and gold. That's the Steelers.
So the Momo stuff looks really good too. It's like
I have Momo too. I have two of the Revos and the one at the slot that I got. So Momo's another good livery.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think there's so many cars coming. Like the 9083s, the Toblerone cars didn't appeal to me. I have 4 9083s. I have the Golf version, and I have the red and white one, and I have the one with the arrow on it. So I mean, but the Toblerone ones didn't appeal to me. So I don't buy every livery that comes out. Same with the CLK. I didn't buy every livery. I bought the ones that appeal to me, and I also like variety of colors in my lineup. So
Yeah, I said that too. So like the Momos that I got from Revo, those Ferraris, they were different colors. And in the cars that come in sets, and I shouldn't say this because I bought three slotted, those Ferrari 312s, and they all are like sister cars, but the wings have different colors. That's the only difference. But like when you see the Revo sets, like the Porsches, they're the same color but just a different number. I don't
yeah,
really gravitate towards those because it's like, well, it's a duplicate with a different number. I don't, the only reason why I got those Momo ones was because one was gray and one was a different color, and I thought that was cool because they're different colors. They're not the same color with just a different number. I don't know. That's just me. That's how I
yeah.
look.
I mean, like sometimes I have historical box sets which are
Yeah.
true to history, and those ones I'll buy because they are true to history, and sometimes they're this like the golf box set
Yeah.
for Fly with the GT40s. I have
Team
all of
cars.
them. Um, those are historical, and I'll pick them up. But how many Lamborghini Huracans can you get in all the different colors? Like it gets crazy
Yeah,
after a
that's
while
true.
because it's the same car over and over and over, just different liveries. Like, so in the beginning, I was picking up all these liveries, and then I realized that it's the same car, and I'm just, now I'm a bit more selective on the livery side of things. But I think, uh, yeah, so Conquest Racing Club, certain models I collect all. Others maybe one or none. Porsches are like Pokemon to me. I have to catch them all. That's a lot of. You'll be catching a lot of
Not a
Porsches.
Pokemon.
Yeah, the Porsche they release a lot of cars, especially the 962. I don't know how many liveries they've released. Um, if I like a car, especially team cars, I'll buy them all. Yeah, so a lot of people do buy quite a few of the
Yeah.
liveries. Yeah,
There's all those cool liveries out there. I mean, so
I'll
many
buy
of them.
every McLaren F1 GTR they make. Wow,
You know
nice.
which one I'll buy every one in, which I have? All
Which
the
one?
Polycar vintage F1s.
Yeah, yeah,
Every
but
one of them.
but they don't
I
look the
buy
same
them when the new
though.
ones come out. No,
Come
those
on,
things are
they're
just
so different though.
they are, and they're not hard to tune. They're very delicate.
Yeah,
You can't be like, very heavy-handed with them because you got to take the little intricate little things. You got to take them apart nicely and put them back together nicely. But when you
yeah,
give them a little love and a little tuning, those things are fun to drive on wood and on plastic
yeah.
because I can take either of
I
those
think
cars and go to either track.
I have the original set that came out, the first four. I think they came out.
Mhm.
I have all
Yeah.
those ones. Um, yeah, yeah. The Lambos always sell just like classic NASCAR. Yeah, they do. I mean, they're like it's like the Ferrari 488. It looks really good, but I can't keep on buying. I don't know if the livery, like the Momos, the John Players, the Golf, and the Martini livery. I think those ones appeal to me, and I'll pick them up. And then there's the classic ones, right? The classic liveries for each of the manufacturers. They have like the Porsche GT Cup cars. They
Mhm.
have them in like this car, this color, this
It's a nice color combo. Yeah.
livery, but they also have it in yellow now, yellow, silver, black. Like I'll pick those up because the history behind it and stuff. I like it, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Dave Kennedy's in the house. How are you, Dave? Let's see. What else we got here? So everyone kind of agree with the Shadow being the
Scotty Award winner.
Scotty
Probably
Award.
think it will.
Yeah,
Pretty much nothing has really made a big splash since that car.
yeah.
I mean, when that thing was coming out, everybody was excited about it, even me. So
Not buying the Ferrari 48 Red Bull releases this year is a crime. I don't know about that, but sure. It is a very gorgeous and well done livery. I'd say that. Especially with that metallic red on it. It's kind of cool. What else are we talking about here? Just going through the chat a bit.
yeah, I'm looking too. Great topic and conversation. Cool.
Yeah, well, we try. We try to make some
Right.
topics up. it's hard to do a year's worth of live streaming. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no,
When with a
definitely.
topic
Well,
every
remember
week.
what I told you in the beginning? Maybe you should scale back to like maybe once a month. I did tell you that
Yeah, but
because
I did.
it's
I
hard to
committed to a
come up with
year.
content every week. It
I
is tough,
know.
man. I don't know how you were able to do it because you're the one that's been coming up with stuff, and we help
Yeah,
you a little bit, but you've been the main drive behind this, so that's why I come. For
yeah.
that reason, but yeah, that's why you got to cut it back. So I agree with you wanting to cut back.
John
That's
Albright, I agree. Scale Auto RS series cars are a blast. George, you gotta get yourself a Scale Auto.
scale auto.
Yeah, man. The RS, the new Corvette RS series is out from Scale Auto. Pick it
I'll
up.
probably buy one next year, maybe. I don't know.
Come on. You gotta try one out. I want to see you run them on your track and tune them up. It'd be fun.
I should. I mean, I know SEC has some. I should probably go look,
Yeah.
but
Make sure it's the RS
yeah,
chassis.
wait till
Though.
after the holidays because it's Christmas. And...
It's okay. Boxing Day special.
It's okay. What?
Boxing Day special, dude.
That's true.
Always have to buy something on Boxing Day.
There are Black Friday specials sometimes. The place SEC has them, so maybe I will pick one up. I don't know. Corvette, right? C6.
Yeah. No,
C6?
C7. C7.
C7.
My favorite Corvette is the C7, so I'm happy it came out.
Are the
I'm not a
colors
big
nice?
fan of the C8.
Because if the
be
colors
honest.
look like ass, I'm not getting any of them.
It's yellow. It's the yellow and black, the traditional Corvette colors. Okay, if you don't want the Corvette, there is the new AMG, the yellow and blue GT3.
Yellow again? No.
No, it's blue predominantly with a yellow stripe, okay? Or you can get the Haribo
okay.
one. You can get the Haribo colors.
Haribo.
There you go. 908-3. We all like Porsches. Told you.
They make also the F1.
The new
cars,
Thunderstarts
right?
are coming out. What do you think about those?
Oh, yeah. I like those ones. Those ones got some nice different colors there.
Yeah.
Those would be cool.
Yeah, I totally agree, Delion. The C7 is the last best looking Corvette. Totally agree. If I was to C7, C8, I see no difference. Oh my God, Sunday slot cars. I don't know how you sell cars. There is a big difference in a C8 and the C7. But anyway.
You should have said C6 Sunday, not C8.
Oh, John Albright says for the
Yeah, I saw
Scotty
that.
Award, not the Cotty. We won't sell. Cotty's crappy slot car of the year. So the Scotty Award, he says the Chaparral 2F. So
Yep,
personally, I never got. I'm not a
there.
big fan of the Chaparral. I'll be honest because I
Well,
don't really
it's
have.
iconic.
I don't have a connection with that car at all. So, yeah. So sorry, John. Yeah. But I mean, for everyone else that bought the Chaparral, I know it loves that car. So maybe. And was it released by Polycar? I believe it was a Polycar, wasn't it? Or was it the Slotted?
Slotted.
Slotted, right?
This
Polycars.
year,
Polycar cars are really, really nice,
they give you
nice
F-
and quiet. Yeah.
So Clearwater says Harwood is wood section track. You can add current lane changers in pit stop.
Oh wow. I'll look into it. I haven't really heard of it before, so
yeah,
I am
like,
sorry.
It's what it is. So I got like about $2,500 worth of pieces here. I was to make one. I might have to put a pass on that one.
Which one?
Crap, missed the S.
Oh.
He meant to put the S on there.
Yeah. So the Delion's the C8 looks good for Ferrari. I agree. I want to be Ferrari. I don't know. I think the C7 was like they hit it out of the park, and then the C8 kind of like brought it back. I mean, the C8R looks amazing, no doubt. On track in real life, the car is pretty nice looking, but in general, the C8, I'd rather take the C7. But
BRM is on the ballot. Yeah, the Polycar BRM. Nice one.
yeah,
And Sunday here, buy the NASCARs now. Really get a chance to sell out.
the modern NASCARs or but they're
modern
not
NASCAR.
for pre-sale, are they? I don't think they are. I will buy the modern NASCARs when they come out from Carrera. I am looking, but I mean, Carrera hasn't released half of the releases from this year yet. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it might be like 2025.
yeah, I mean, like, I mean, the Lancia hasn't even, like, I know Pendle just put the Lancia up now for sale, but we in Canada, we won't see it for a while. We haven't seen the cleaning truck here at all. I know other people have got it, but
Oh,
so
really? Still, the cleaning truck hasn't out in Canada.
not in Canada. Like, we haven't seen it up here, so I mean, like, it's a bit annoying, but I am looking forward to, I know the new F1 2022s from NSR. I think it's the McLarens are coming out. That'll be kind of cool. I want to pick those up. Yeah.
The 312T is on there too. Huh?
The BRM, the new Porsche that came out, looks gorgeous. I would pick up the Fat Turbo Edition one, not the other one. But I don't collect 124s. I'm struggling with that one. I put the 124 in my cart a couple of times, but because I don't really run 124s and don't collect 124s, it almost feels, I don't know. Although I do have one BRM already, I don't know. I'm still struggling with that one.
Yeah, they had that Datsun coming out. I know Dave put a picture of it.
The 240.
The way it looks, it's kind of, don't know if it's the picture or the angle. It does look kind of funky.
Yeah.
But I was trying to analyze that and then analyze the photos of it. So it'd be interesting. I kind of, I don't know. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would, especially for a car that's, $160.
Yeah.
So it's, that's a lot of money.
Ooh,
so.
John Albright says, don't forget the Thunderslot GT350, the Mustang. So
Yeah, it's just a Mustang.
No.
I got one.
So personally, the Thunderslot Mustang didn't do it for me at all. There's something about it that just didn't resonate with me as a car in its shape. Yeah, so
It's a good running car. I mean,
I'm not saying that. I'll say Thunderslots make great running cars.
I mean, I got the green one because I think of the movie Bullet is why I got the green one. Because Bullet is a San Francisco thing, but that's why I got the green one. This thing runs real nice. Had a hard time getting the front axle down though. Man, that was really a pain in the ass. Oh, the mirror broke. How cute.
Yeah, the new MR slot car liveries are coming out for the Porsche GT1. I'll get all three. I think they have the Martini livery, the Texaco one, and the Jägermeister livery that's coming out with the GT1s. So I'll pick them up as soon as Ernie gets them in, for sure.
They're going to be interesting cars that'll come out, I'm sure, as always.
Oh, there's always cars coming out. It's just, just don't come out fast enough for me. And then when they do come out, they're far away, so I have to ship them in. So it gets a little bit annoying there.
Yeah, I get
it. Anyway. So I'm not the only one who didn't like the proportion on the Thunderslot Mustang. See, there's lots of other people. So yeah, for me, the Thunderslot Mustang doesn't really resonate a lot with me. So yeah, I didn't get one. But I know it's a good running car. Lots of people that run it love it. So 100%. But I think for this slot car of the year, I think it's got to be more proportionate. It's got to fit in history somewhere, I feel. Because the Thunderslot Mustang is just a generic car. It's not like, it's not a historical car. I don't know.
Not a racing car. Or
it's like if we just said the Mustang GTY should win something. I mean, it's a Carrera made up car, so I don't know.
What good is Carrera Ghost stuff to Carrera digital racers?
I guess it's not good, but I have digital to analog, so to me it's fine. I can race them on my analog track. They're a lot of fun to race. Actually, I'm gonna be putting some lap times down with the bone shakers I got. So they're fun. I like the look of those bone shakers. I wish they make them 132nd. That'd be awesome.
My career collection dwindled down to a mere 10 cars.
That's okay, Frankie. You live around this corner from Sunday, so I'm pretty sure you have access to another collection if you needed it. Yes, 100%. 100%, John Albright. I agree. We've been spoiled for choice. I just found that the releases weren't constant. Like, we went through a lull there, whether we didn't have any releases. And right now, towards the end of the year, like, it's just a lot of releases at the same time. And for myself, like, you know, some of the, especially with the Carrera stuff, we just haven't seen it yet. So, kind of upset about that. Because I thought by now would have the Lanciers already. Like, that was one of the major releases, new mold that we were looking at, and it still hasn't arrived here. So, I'm a bit upset about that, to be honest.
Ferrari 512, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but it already won 2 years ago, right? The red one won.
The red one? Well, that one you can't. That one sold fast, and then if you want to get one, it's expensive.
Well,
the Sunoco car is readily available, but the red one is.
And then they have a green and yellow one coming out next year, or I believe. So that one's coming out as well. So the red one, yeah, is completely sold out. So let's see. Well, I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. Like I said, we are having a hard time like filling the shows right now because it's you know, what do we talk about?
Just about everything as far as I can think of.
I know we've touched on everything, so that's why, you know, and I mean, there's lots of good discussions happening all over YouTube right now, so it's kind of cool. And and there's lots of, like, for me, the live stream now is like, now I got my track running, got my camera set up. It's more about like, I want to run my cars live. It's a lot of fun. I actually have a lot of fun running it live. It was fun watching you run your cars live the other night, George.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. That's why I figured, I'll do that because
your acoustics in this room is a lot better though than the one upstairs on the wood track.
The other room's longer.
Yeah.
Carpet, and this is a hardwood floor down here. So
it should be better though on the carpet upstairs because you have sound absorption.
Well, remember, I don't have this mic now. See, this is that mic.
Right.
A black one that's for upstairs coming tomorrow because that's one of the problems I have is, you know, I can't wear a good mic because I can't hear anything because my speakers get cut off. So with this, it'll change it a lot better, and it's on a boom too. So I'm gonna mount it. I have a small computer desk up there that I have my laptop on, so should improve better because this is a good little mic. I like this mic. Wonder what happened to this Thunderslot Ferrari? It was announced the same time as. I don't know. Good question. Maybe because it says Ferrari on it.
That's true. That's true.
You probably got scared because I know, you know, Ferrari was shaking some trees there.
Yeah.
What's Bo talking about here? I wrote the Carrera finally.
Well, Bo bought a box. He bought one of the surprise boxes, and I think he bought the Carrera 132 surprise box, and he got the Carrera Go surprise box instead. So he has to talk, and Carrera has agreed to take it back and send him a new one or something like that. I don't know. I think that's what Bo's talking about.
Stock car guy starting to hit 100,000 views a month. Big milestone.
Yeah.
Travis.
That's good, man.
He's got a lot of Patreons on his side. That's why he's got good numbers. So that's good.
Yeah. Well, George, do you have anything else we can talk about, or do we call it a night here and say goodbye? It's been an hour and a half.
I think we'll say goodbye. We got 4 of these left, so
that's right. 4 more to go, and then
after the 4th one.
4 more to go. You know, if you got something that you want us to discuss, let us know. Next week, I think the gang will all be here. Danny has has a exam tomorrow. Marty was detained for a meeting, and Shotgun Dave became De Leon and left us. But yeah, we'll catch up again next week.
Yep.
Let's see if any of you have any questions or you have any things that you want us to discuss. I was probably going to go through and run down like the topics we started off the beginning of the year with. So, just go back in time and look at those topics and come back to them.
Yeah,
I think maybe that's something we'll do over the last 3. And then the final will be like our recap of the year. Maybe we'll get a whole bunch of guys to jump on that one. And yeah, we'll ring out the new year. But it's been a blast. I've had a lot of fun. I had a lot of connections made with you guys in the community, and I appreciate it. And I'm still around, but mostly you'll catch me racing cars on my track. I have a 7-camera live stream setup now, which I'm very proud about.
Cool.
I know it sounds interesting.
I like how it cycles through everything.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna fine tune it. I got 2 new cameras coming in, George. Yeah, because I want to change some of the camera angles. Somebody said my fisheye lens one was not good and I should change it, so I took it to heart and I ordered a new camera in for that. So we'll try it out. But it's fun to run cars, and that's what it's all about for me. So, yeah. How about we do a predictions episode next week? Predictions episode? Predictions about what, DeLeon?
What kind of prediction?
Yeah, can you give us more insight on your predictions? What predictions are we talking about? Should we call it the fortune teller session? So I don't have cards. I don't have tarot cards, so I can't help you guys with that one. But we can probably make slot card tarot cards. It'd be kind of cool. I can design some up, print them up. We can mess around with that. Yeah. Gonna miss you on Monday night. I'm still around. Listen, the Slot Vengers will be back once a month. I think it's gonna be a lot more fun when it's once a month. And Pete and I are doing some stupid stuff too. So we have another live stream coming out. It's a very funny one, so watch out for that one. But that's, I think, what it's all about. You'll also see me on Slot Car Valley because I jump on every other week with him. Yeah, I think slot car in general for 2024. What cars are coming out in 2024? Sure, we can do that. What cars would we like to see in 2024? Well, we can discuss that next week. We can do the fortune teller session next week for sure.
Question: am I missing some about Mondays? What's up? Where have you been, Slugcar Wildman?
Which hole are you coming out from? So Slugcar Wildman, December 18th is the last Monday night live stream, and then we're going to once a month next year, and we're not too sure when that day will be. It will be chosen at random during the month where it fits all our schedules. So it's not a set day, it's a set. It'll be once a month, but we don't know exactly when, but we'll let everyone know like at least a week in advance, so that way you guys can prep for it.
And get MP back too. I know he's been busy.
Yep, MP and I are going to hang out this weekend, so definitely he's coming back into the fold because he's got more to grips with his new job and his new environment, so I know MP will be back with us too, so it'll be fun. Next year will be, we want to have meaningful sessions. This is the whole point for me. And I think when we have more to discuss, it's easier for us to do a show. And I'd like the show to run for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but we're not scrambling for content. And we have everyone here. Because for me, the strength of the live stream was everyone being on board the live stream. When it just comes down to me and George, it gets a little bit harder for us because we have to carry a conversation, and sometimes, it's very difficult because we just want to make sure that we're giving out a good show, and I feel really responsible for that, and so does George. So definitely going to do that. I don't know what happened to John Schaefer, guys. I'm pretty sure he jumps in and out of the...
Gander's another one that disappeared too.
Oh yeah, Gladstone and Gander. Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up here tonight. thank you so much for joining us. We'll look forward to catching you guys next week. We'll look at the Fortune Teller edition, thanks to DeLeon. We'll come up with lists of cars that we predict will come out in 2024, and yeah, we'll go from there. But I appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you once again, George, for being by my side throughout the year. It's been awesome. And until next time, guys, hope you're having fun on rails. We'll catch you guys later. Take care.
Yeah. Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving there.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Bye, guys.
See ya.